You see them there. They look you up and down. Feel a connection. You move closer together only for them to touch your hand and move away. You're confused. Is there a mutual attraction? Are you able to make the decisions, or do they have some sort of control over you? Welcome to S&M D&D, where this week we talk about playing mind games with your players. We all want to be that DM where players exclaim, "Holy shit, that was amazing." You want to be like the magician who pulled off an amazing feat. Like a lover who did something never before imagined with the same tool as everyone else. So how do we get there? Before you become the Christian Grey of mind games, we need to cover a few things. 1, you need to treat this like an art, not a science. Number 2, you need to listen. And number 3, you need to plan adaptly. My girlfriend doesn't like that word at all, but you can look it up. It's a real word. Now you get the low down, low key look into my personal life and where this is coming from. Looking at how to play mind games both effectively and in a way so your players are not jaded requires us to take a look at some other fields. First off, psychology. There are many useful principles in psychology. One of them is the fact that we, as humans, make up a lot of the data around us run largely by heuristics. These are educated guesses your brain automatically makes up based on the information in front of it. The next field to look at is stage magic. Magic is based on the principle of making someone see one thing while missing the other. All while feeling like you didn't play a dirty trick but performed a feat of magic. This is the point. It's not about tricking the players but making them feel like it's magic or otherworldly what's happening. The short of it is, know your players are going to make assumptions when you give them a lack of information. Make sure you have things that draw their attention while they miss the real thing right in front of them. We all know what it's like to be with someone who just says everything that comes to their mind. Your earlobes look so soft. This is going to be a common mantra you're going to see throughout my videos. Your players want you to listen to them. You need to pick up on the signs they're giving you. The only way you're going to do that is if you start to listen to them. They will tell you what they think and how they feel about either people, places, or things. If those feelings aren't what you want, you need to implement things to slowly start to change the way that they feel about these people, places, and things. Don't worry. At the end, I'm going to give you an example of how I used a lot of these different techniques. So the skill to take away is listen in order to gauge how your players feel about people, places, and things. Also, probably don't be a lazy fuck and write those things down. The final skill you need to be able to do in order to play mind games with your players is to plan adaptly. But before we get into that, let's hear how you can help support this channel. That's right, folks. This episode is brought to you by you. Those of you who have stopped by the Etsy page and decided that you needed some new toys in your life to make your experiences lustrous and fulfilling, you're the ones who have really helped support the channel, and we really appreciate it. If you're someone out there who is looking to help support the channel, one of the best ways you can go about doing that is by visiting our Etsy page and ordering some of the products that we have on there. And you can find these at etsy.com/shop/swordsandmagicdnd. Thank you. Planning adaptly is simply the act of setting up things so there are opportunities for events to occur and changing those events as needed. You really want to lead your players to choices, not necessarily people, places, or things. People, places, or things just help you deliver those choices. Them choosing not to interact with something or wanting to walk away is a choice in itself and can be utilized later. You don't want to railroad your players. I mean, you might want to, but that isn't appropriate, probably. I guess it depends on who they are to you. The reason you want to lead them to choices is because only you know where those choices will lead, thereby allowing you to get them into plot hooks, which are just bigger choices. Now here's the example, and if you are a player of mine, guess what? Time for you to exit out of the video. Like now. Goodbye. For all of you who are not my players, let's get down and dirty. I created a town that is very interesting. I wanted my players to meet and trust the big bad evil guy. I strategically put one tavern conveniently so that way no matter which entrance into town my players took, they would run across it. I then made this inn a really nice place that was quite busy. The big bad evil guy is obviously the innkeeper, but he's charismatic, charming, and magical. The other end I made a shithole. There's some sketchy people, shit drink, shit food, and it's inconveniently out of the way. The big bad evil guy literally runs this inn 24 hours a day by himself, including cooking, and he makes some amazing tasting dishes and mead where I get to really express the food that I want to eat because I'm on a diet and can't eat it. At first, players were highly concerned about him, which is normal. so I continuously put opportunities where he would occasionally help them, slowly helping to change their perspective of him by asking him things and him being cautious but feeling like he can trust him enough to give them the information. By making the players feel like he is sacrificing or risking himself, that slowly makes them more trusting of him. I'm sure when he finally breaks, someone will say, "I knew it," but I'm pretty sure it'll still be shocking and wonderful when he does it. All while I utilize my understanding of their feelings and lack of information to start to warp the story to something that's going to be wonderful. Well, folks, I hope this has given you some inspiration in order to really start to get deep inside of your players' minds. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and click on that bell. You can always follow all of our socials and join the Discord channel. If you felt like you had any extra ideas on how to play mind games with your players, make sure to leave it in the comments below. And as always, I hope you have a nice fucking day.